Amandaland, Amandaland, Amandaland.
Oh, she got a show. She got a show. It said, she got a show. I say she got a show like someone gave me a show. No, I gave myself a show because that's what we are doing in this pandemic. We are creating and innovating regardless of the obstacles. Welcome to Amandaland, a place where anything can happen. I'm your host, Amanda. This is where this show came from. Y'all be asking me questions all the goddamn time. Amanda, can I get advice? Amanda, what you think about? Amanda, I know you gonna say something about. And I was like, you know what? Let's just make a show about all the shit y'all be asking me about. Thus, Views from Amandaland was born. So, we're gonna have this show going down. Y'all gonna send in your questions. I'm gonna answer them. Sometimes I'll have friends join me to answer them. Anything can happen. It's Amandaland. Let's get into it. Hey Amanda, my best friend has been in a long-term relationship with his girlfriend, but leans on me for emotional support. What do I do? Jamonica Lewis, Virginia B. Ooh, Jamons. What do you do? Well, let me tell you, first and foremost, you gotta take stock about the situation because you could end up being an emotional side piece, which is a very real thing. Sometimes people don't get everything they want in their relationship, and so they seek outside, which, to a certain point is understandable, but if it becomes a burden to you, then it's a problem. And since you sent me the question, I feel like it's a burden to you, and that might be because you have feelings for this person that are beyond just being a friend. In which case, this could end up being in my best friend's wedding situation with Dionne Warwick singing I Say a Little Prayer, or you could be Sydney sitting next to Queen Latifah in Brown Sugar and you're at a wedding and you're like, no, I'm not gonna say, okay? You don't want that to happen. So the other thing is important is that you might be blowing this whole thing out of proportion. So you need to take stock with yourself that you are not taking this deeper than it really is. Nonetheless, if you've done all of that and you still feel like it's on your head, you gotta talk to him. It's the only way. And that's how you're gonna make sure this stays a friendship and not a situationship.
Hey Amanda, I just started a new job in my field. I like the job and the money, but I can't stand my boss. Should I just cut my losses now? Keith Black, Evanston, Illinois.
Well, Keith, I feel like you're looking at your losses with a different perspective than I would. It sounds like you have more wins than losses. You like the money and you like the job, but you don't like this person. You got to think about your vision. And sometimes one person is not enough to disrupt your whole vision. They're just a moment, a blip on the journey to your vision. And I think a lot of us expect every job to be like this great, beautiful experience. And sometimes it's like, nah, a lot of it is a great, beautiful experience. And the other part is dues that you're paying. And in the process of getting where you want to go, you're going to have to do that sometimes. You're going to have to pay dues, and that might be like taking a job for lesser money, or that might be dealing with somebody that you don't really like, but you have the vision. And ultimately, you can't skip steps, but you can speed them up. Pro tip.
And ultimately, you can't skip steps, but you can speed them up.
So you don't got to stay there forever, but use the parts of it that you like to get you to a job that you like even better. What's up, Amanda? So remember when that Trey Longz video had come out on the Twitters? Yes, that video. I saw a lot of people talking about it, but I didn't hear anything from you. So I just want to get your thoughts on if you had even seen it and what you got to say. All right, Darius Ray, Dallas, Tejas. Well, Darius, that's an interesting question. I think there's somebody though who can answer it more eloquently than I could. Mr. Ho, let me just. Yo, word up. I see a lot of people on these internets talking about how Shorty wasn't really handling business. Let me get it straight for y'all. Your man's got a whole situation. He already know that he can only expect a certain level of management of that situation. All right? Like, he's had at least one or two shorties be like, yo, fam, I can't really let it go down because, I'm saying, you're going to rearrange my furniture. You think he don't know? Of course he know. That's why he was cool. He was coaching her. He was happy with that. Y'all need to understand, your man's got a whole Barnum and Bailey elephant trunk right there. It's like, it's a circus. So when it comes down to it, that's how that go. On the other hand, I know folks is like, yo, check the hoe, you man sus. You talking about another man's mean. First of all, y'all sus for even thinking it's sus to even be sus, all right? So that's another conversation y'all don't want to have because you ain't elevated. Get your vibration up. Yo, I'm going to go hang out with my daughter. He's not wrong. I don't disagree. It was a lot. It was a lot, right? A lot.
Bonus question. Bonus question.
So every episode we have a bonus question. The bonus question is a question that's not just for me. It's one that I'm gonna put out to y'all. So make sure you go in the comments and let us know your thoughts. Now this week's bonus question is presented to us in a pimp cup. Some of y'all might not know about the pimp cup era, but in the early 2000s, around like 03, 04, 05, pimp cups were all the rage and they were popularized by Lil Jon. Now, when I was a host on MTV, I got a call one day and I answered the phone. The person said, hey, this is Lil Jon. I said, quit playing on my phone. They were like, no, this is really Lil Jon. I was like, quit playing on my phone. They were like, I'm not playing. I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. And I got off the phone. They called right back. I was like, stop playing on my phone. He said, this is Lil Jon. I'm calling because I want to get you a pimp cup. And I was like, oh, you saying you Lil Jon for real? He said, yeah. I said, okay, if you really Lil Jon, then finish this sentence. Who you with? And he was like, are you for real? I said, yes. And he was like, who you with? Get crunk, who you with? And I was like, oh my God, it is Lil Jon! Oh my God, it is Lil Jon! What? And here's my pimp cup. All right, this is from TT from Hollywood, Florida. And they ask, is Tom Brady the GOAT? How are we even asking this question? The greatest of all time? He might be the G.O.F.T, which is the greatest of football time, but he can't be the greatest athlete of all time. First of all, and I know people are gonna be mad, he's playing on a whole team. There are folks who are individually rising to so much excellence in their field, and we have to acknowledge them. Muhammad Ali, Serena was pregnant when she won a Grand Slam, and don't even get me started on Simone. She has several moves named after her. One of them so intricate that they said she can't perform it anymore because it's too dangerous for everybody else. So when we talk about greatest of all time, we have to look at a lot more factors than just the greatest in your field. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Tom Brady, he's an exceptional white man on the football field. And that's where it stops. And now for your bedtime tea. You see, that was fun. You ask questions, I give answers. It's a great time. It's a full democratic process. And we're going to be doing that every week. And then I'll ask you questions and you'll put it in the comments. It's such a good time. So we're really glad we could do it. And, but before I go, I just wanted to share some thoughts. Speaking of democratic process. So Texas just passed what's called the Heartbeat Bill. No, it has nothing to do with Kevin Hart. What it's all about is saying that, you can't have an abortion once a heartbeat is heard in a fetus. And that can be as early as 6 weeks. And you're just like, but that's when many of us find out that we are pregnant. Let me just go to my phone because a brilliant woman, Carlos Chapman, law professor at Washington and Lee University, she asked this question. She said, if a fetus is a person at 6 weeks pregnant, is that when the child support starts? Is that also when you can't deport the mother because she's carrying a U.S. citizen? Can I insure a 6-week fetus and collect if I miscarry? Just figuring if we're going there, we should go all in. Facts. It's a political assault because they continue to go all in to women's bodies without any care about what's actually happening in women's minds, what's actually happening in women's lives. When we talk about pro-life and pro-choice, I am pro-choice and I am pro-life. And when I say pro-life, what I mean is pro your life and what is best for your life. And if as a woman, what's best for your life, and oftentimes what's best for the child's life is to not have the child, then you should have every right to make that decision without some bald-headed, moderately obese white man in Texas telling you that you cannot. Good night. Now I'm going to bed mad. Oh, before I go, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you got questions, drop them right here. I might answer your question on the show. I'm going to see you next time in the Amandaland. And remember, we are each other's business. When we look out for each other, we lift each other up. Okay, good night for real this time. Good night and sweet motherfucking dreams.
Amandaland, Amandaland, Amandaland.
White man walking on the beach finds a genie's lamp, took it home and shined it up. 3 white genies came up. They said, don't talk. We've been in there 100,000 years. We don't hear no conversation. Just think whatever you want. You got 3 wishes, you'll get it. Big old mansion. Goes from bedroom to bedroom. Naked bunnies standing there naked. Knock on the door. Open the door. There's 3 Ku Klux Klansmen in hoods. They take him and hang him. Next day, the 3 white genies are at Starbucks drinking coffee, talking. And the genie goes, you know, that first wish, a big mansion, everybody wants that. I could relate to that. He said, I know. It's in that second wish, the naked bunnies, I could relate to that. But that third wish, I'm confused with that. He said, this third wish, yeah. He said, he wanted to be hung like a nigger. Anyway, listen.